Hello, Georgia Burns here again. I'm here to show you how I made this card. And this card I cased from a lady called Linda Hanford. She does have a YouTube channel if you want to look her up. For this card we are going to be using the stamp sets Lilypad, and we're going to use the boats and the water. We're also going to be using Dragonfly Dreams and the sentiment Enjoy Your Special Day. And we're also going to be using the Animal Outings framelets for this, as I call it, a cargo net. And this is for this bit that's sticking out here. So I'll keep that out. And we'll need the dies for the boats, so keep them out. We'll also be using the stitch framelets, and we'll be using the squares number 3. So the smallest one's number 1, so I've gone for number 3. Put that with the others. And I don't have the layering squares, Stampin' Up! Layering squares, but I do have these ones, and these are all scalloped edge, and I found that the number 3 in the stitch fits the number 4 on these ones. These are tonic ones, I believe. So I shall be using that one. And for those of you who don't have the Stampin' Up! Squares, you'll need a square of 2 1/8. And then obviously a backing of 2 1/4. So cardstock, you'll need a white card base, 8 1/4 by 5 7/8, scored at 4 1/8, folded in half and burnished. Two pieces of Whisper White measuring 5 5/8 by 3 7/8, one for the inside and one for the outside, and some scraps of white and night and navy for the squares. So to start with, raise these dies at the moment, we need to stamp the boats, and I have them mounted, and we'll use Memento ink blank, and we'll just stamp them down there. That's fine. Clean the stamp. Leave that out of the way. Right, and now we need to bring up the big shot. And I need to zoom you out, and I'm going to press it the wrong way. I told you I would. 2 ways, and I always get it wrong. So first we'll cut out the little boats. Should have coloured them in, but we can colour them in once they're cut out, no problem. There's our boats. Cut out quite nice. We don't need that no more. Right, what we do need is a stitch square. So cut that out. Hear everything rattling on my table. And we need, oh, I'm not finished with the white, right, the cargo net. We're going to cut one out. This doesn't cut out, it cuts into the paper. So we take that off, leave all the bits in, it doesn't matter. And I'm going to cut it again. Leave it that way. As close as I can to the other ones. These will all come out, so I'm just going to pop that down and we'll get rid of them in a minute. It's gone all over my lap, oh no, on the table, that's alright. And then with the Night and Navy we need to cut out a scalloped square. Right, and then we have a nice scallop square. So finish with this. Put this away. Straighten up my mat, and I'll place that there. Then I know how further to bring you in. That'll do fine. Right, now with the cargo net, you just poke out all the, you can even get your dye brush and just run them out. And that's them all out. Get rid of the rubbish. I'll just put it over there for now. Then with your paper snips, you just want to go cut round, just leaving a thin border and just cut round the whole. Nearly cut it off. I mean, you can cut it straight if you want, but I think it's better if it's cut following the holes. There we are. Get rid of them. And there we have my cargo net, as I call it. Right. We have the squares, the cargo net and the boats. And let me just poke out them two bits in that die, and I shall put them away once the card is finished. Right, now we should colour in these boats, and we need a bit of paper because I don't want to mark my mat if I can help it. And all we need is the navy, Night and Navy marker pen and the real red marker pen. And what we should do is just colour in any colour you want. You don't need to do it this colour. Do that navy and do this red. And just do this sail, Night and Navy. And then the boats themselves, or the hull, I think you call them, I've just doing them in soft suede. There we have it. That's the boats coloured in. Now we need to put some water on here. And with that we're using the Lilypad water stamp and Night and Navy ink. So I'll just ink up my stamp and then just hit the bottom half of the card. And there you have it. Clean off my stamp. And while I've got Night and Navy out, I will put the sentiment on the front of the card. I don't need that no more. So with the sentiment from Dragonfly Dreams, we will stamp that about 1/3 of the way up, making sure your card's straight, which helps you get your stamp straight, I hope. Lovely. Clean the stamp. And we're finished with that. So all we've got to do now is put this together. So what I did was I put the cargo net just on there, just so it was sticking out a bit. And all I did was fix it with a bit of glue down the thicker part in the middle where they're joined up. Stick it that way. And then I glued this on top. Got a little tiny smudge mark there, blue ink. So out comes my, this is a Mono Tombow sand eraser rubber, and it does get your coloured inks and your black inks or a memento ink off. But the secret is let the ink dry and it will come off. There we are. Right, this is going to go on the card with dimensionals. So and these are going on the card with dimensionals. So we'll put one big one there, and then a small one on that one, and a small one on that one. Right, let's put this card together now. So with our card base, we'll stick the front on. Did I do anything inside? No. Suppose you could stamp a boat inside if you want. In fact, yeah, let's do that. Let's stick a boat inside. Or 3 boats. Right, we'll let that dry and we'll colour them in once we've stuck the front of the card down. So take the backings off. And place that central to your card. Right, and the 2 boats we place near the bottom, because the big boat gives the illusion that it's nearer you. And then the little boat on its own, placed nearer the top of the water, or in the middle of the card, because that's further away. Right, let's quickly do these. So, do the hull. Do the boats. Right, and then just stick this inside. And there we have it. Quite a nice one. If you've never heard of Linda Hanford, she does have a YouTube channel. And I don't know if it's under Linda Hanford or Stampin on the Beach. But if you put either of them in, you'll come across her channel. So, if you like my cards, please give us a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more of my cards, please press the subscribe button and the bell button next to it, and you'll be notified of any more cards that I upload. All I can say is thank you for visiting and hope to see you again soon. Bye.